I'm the artistic director at Magpie Dance, and it's been brilliant 2 days of learning more things about lots of different dances and countries and cultures, and it's been brilliant for our dancers to be able to experience that. Rather than us just look it up on YouTube and do what we think is right, it's so important to have artists who have that first-hand experience, who live that culture, who understand what every movement means in the dance, and for our dancers to really understand context and the symbolic meaning of every movement in the dance, so that when they come to do it themselves, they've got all of that knowledge. It's really important for people with learning disabilities to be able to go through it at a pace that suits them, to find out what interests them and to find out more, so that they can each take their own journey at the pace they need. And doing this without all of these experts coming in has really allowed every dancer to learn at their own pace and in their own way as well. Dance is for everyone. There's no language, there are no barriers, and for our dancers it's just the perfect way to learn more about the world.
I'm Edward Tops.
And we do historical dance with Hart's Early Dance in St Albans, and I also have a company called Inspired Theatre Collective, which we're doing it under today.
We're based on Southend-on-Sea, Essex.
We've been teaching a historical dance workshop with Magpie.
It was really good and it was fun, and it was a fun group to work with.
There's a lot of fun that can be had. A lot of the dances are very interactive. They're accessible to lots of people regardless of ability, and I think it's important to keep our history alive.
We are a Balkan band from London. Myself, I'm from Hungary. Laurie here, she's a singer, she's from Slovakia. Charlotte is from England, so is Oliver, who's on tuba, and then Seppi's from Germany originally. But what we do is we're trying to teach people Balkan circle dances for you guys, Magpie Dance, and it was really fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Very good.
Then you can.
Hi, my name is Andrea. I live here in the UK since 2009, but originally I'm from Germany. My father is German and my mother is from Indonesia. And today we had a Balinese dance workshop, and specifically we did strong male movements, and the dance we tried was Baris Pressy. Very fun, I really enjoyed it. All the dancers, all the participants in the workshop, they're really lovely. Well, generally speaking, I really enjoy sharing the knowledge I gained over the years about Balinese dance, or traditional Indonesian dance. everybody can feel movement and the music that goes with it. So it's really nice. Dance is a perfect medium to connect with other people from lots of different backgrounds and abilities, and it's just enjoying time and moving together with music, which ultimately it connects every human being, and that's what I really enjoy about sharing Balinese dance.
Get it? Okay. Yeah, got it? Okay, good. Strong arm, elbow come up, and enjoying your circle going down. And then come up. And then take a step close to your left. Hello everyone, my name is May. I'm from Hong Kong. This event and the festival I teaching them and Kung Fu, Tai Chi Kung Fu dance. Okay, it's kind of some Tai Chi elements and some Chinese dance with the pose with hands. Okay, I think they like it. They're very happy, and I also teaching them how to using the power in the inner. Okay, using the power, and then some is kind, and then some is use like yin yang style. Yin does mean sometimes I use a lot of elements or power, and the yang is so soft to do it. So get the balance in the body.
My name is Jose Navarro, and I'm from Peru, from the Peruvian highlands, a village called Andahuelas. That's where this dance originates. It's called scissor dance. My region is kind of known for scissor dance, but all other dance obviously also. But that's where I'm from. With Magpie Dance, I had the chance to basically share my Peruvian heritage in respect to the scissor dance. One of dance styles in the Peruvian highlands, kind of dance where it's kind of competition dance, usually two dancers challenging each other. And I try to kind of introduce the idea through puppets, and I kind of illustrated the idea how in Peru is done this dance with puppets, and then I explained a little bit, I did a demonstration myself. After a while, I introduced some of the movement that some of the puppets or myself, and they learn a little bit of this, so they can kind of have a little practice and then end up the whole piece with a showcase. So everyone kind of happily joined. It was a kind of memorable occasion, and a lot of very keen participants, and very happy to show also come up with their own ideas, which is very interesting to see in this kind of context. Yeah, my costume, I'm not wearing the whole costume, but basically it's colorful. Usually it's made by the dancer. It has a lot of ribbons, tassels, and a lot of embroidery. My name comes here in the top, called Pistaco. Some people think I'm pistachio, but I'm not pistachio, but it's pistaco, which actually in Peruvian kind of myths and legends is someone who kind of people are afraid of, because in the dance they give you names that sometimes they have to be a little bit scary because you are competing to another one, and also depending on your abilities. And this dance involves not only dance, but it involves other kind of rituals that you do in the Peruvian context of the rituals and festivities. These are two metal blades. The sounds are distinctive of each one. It's kind of slightly different, and then you put them together in one hand, yeah, and it resembles scissors, but they are blunt, they are not scissors, they are made of steel. And what happens is the music, which is played with harp and violin, the dancer's kind of role is to not only to dance but also to play the drumming for this, to mark the rhythm for the musicians. And the scissor dance, because it's associated with the fertility, one of the blades represents the female part, the other one is the male. So it's basically when you move this one, it's a constant reproduction of the interaction of these two forces, basically. Career of this heritage, which actually is by the UNESCO has been granted this intangible heritage of humanity category or title. It's one of the dances that has been given this kind of status. So it's kind of special. I mean, we're just two people in the UK can do this dance. You know, people from here, from comfort being in the UK, can kind of travel to Peru through the dance and through the rhythm, through the music, and kind of get this idea where Peru is, about the meaning of the dance, get to know a little bit more about Peru. So it's kind of work of both ways. We both kind of exchange something, and that's beautiful, I think, wherever you go.
¿Hasta cuándo? ¿Hasta cuándo?
In Arabic is raqs sharti, and it's got a very weird sound. Raqs sharti. Can you try making that sound? Raqs sharti. And to the right. That's stop. Hit. Back.
My name is Ama. I'm representing Khazitana and I'm teaching belly dance today. So today we have been doing some very basic belly dance, putting it into a little sequence and focusing really on where belly dance came from, the origins of the form, which we tend to know as raqs sharqi in Arabic now, but in the past it comes from a form called raqs baladi, which was the dance of my country in Egyptian Arabic. It was just such a joy to be in that space and to have that kind of energy. Yeah, this style of dance is often misunderstood. Sometimes people think of it as saucy or sexy, and certainly it can be. But this is not the roots of the dance, and it's important for us to understand the dance as a whole. So I'm really proud to be able to represent this form in its most authentic state to people.
Let's go. Bada, bada, up. Yes. Left. Turn all the way around. Then left. Right. Turn all the way around. How turn? Alright. I can see you got the flick, up. Turn, middle turn. Middle turn. Ah! Here.
Right, my name's Caroline Moraldo. My company's Moraldo DC. We are a Christian dance company, but not only perform and choreograph work for the church, but also our other specialism is traditional dances from especially the Caribbean, but also parts of Africa. Because of my training, we also have quite a few contemporary pieces, and we have quite a range of music styles that we use. We don't really restrict ourselves. This morning, I was asked to do something from the Caribbean and something from Africa. So this morning, I shared some of the vocabulary from Bassa, a dance called Bassa from the Bassa peoples in West Africa. So I just utilised some of the vocabulary from that to give them a feel of what that dance form is actually like. And then this afternoon I introduced the group to a dance called Bel Air, which is the oldest Creole dance in Trinidad. And again, just utilised some of the vocabulary of Bel Air to give a feel of the competition, you know, what it's all about. And then we also danced the equivalent, which is bongo, the male dance, which comes out of stick fighting, but there's no fighting going on. And yeah, that's what we did. We just had a little taster of each. Absolutely brilliant. It's really, really a blessing to work with them all. The enthusiasm, the characters, the fun. It really is such a blessing for me to work with Magpie dancers. It's the third time now, and honestly, it really is lovely. It is absolutely important to me because very little is known about traditional dances from the Caribbean, definitely. We do have African dance classes, but again, people generally have a stereotyped idea of what dance of Africa actually is, and very few people know anything about traditional dances of the Caribbean. So to me, any opportunity I get, I absolutely grab with both hands, because I think it's very, very important, because it helps an understanding of the people as well as their culture, and it's good for not only the people of that culture to have that experience, but people of other cultures to be able to have an insight. I think it's really, really important. So today I came dressed this way to give people an idea of what traditional dance in the Caribbean is like. So traditionally we have the petticoat underneath, which may have lace and ribbons all the way up. This is not the only style. Then you would have an overskirt, which normally has a frill on the end. Again, this could be patterned or not, as the case may be, and this is very wide. Some are wider than others. In the Eastern Caribbean, the front is slit, but Jamaica doesn't, they don't slit the front. And then this is called Madras, and it actually came from Madras in India, because we had people come over from India and they brought it with them. So many of the islands have this. Jamaica has their own, which is called bandana, which is red, but the other islands have the Madras, and it can be used as a French influence here with the foulard and the head wrap, which I think is a mixture with Africa and French, etc. put together. Oh yes, and the blouse, and usually lots of chains, normally bracelets, but I find they get in the way when I'm dancing. Yeah, a bit of an idea of what our traditional dance costume is like.
My my name is Sol Cooper, and I'm from Napier, New Zealand.
Yeah, and I am Shane Carhill. I'm from Auckland in New Zealand.
So today we went through a haka workshop with the Magpie Dance crew, and also introduced them to our hongi, our cultural greeting or exchange. You should probably give an example.
Yeah, great.
Okay. Kia ora. We taught them a song called Tu Te Mai. It's about everyone working as one, coming together no matter our differences and seeking after knowledge and love. Awesome. Always awesome here. I remember the first time being a little bit anxious about how things were going to go, but everyone made me feel really welcome, and just to see everyone having a good time. So good to be back in there and seeing those smiley faces again. And yeah, it gives you a sense of like warmth, like you're at home, you're with your sort of like extended family, and just having a good time. It doesn't feel like work at all.
I got to say, on that point, actually, I was really nervous. I was really nervous to do this performance because we do this a lot, and I enjoy it every single time too. But there's always a little difference. There's always something different going on, and I think, I was probably more nervous than those guys there. So they did a great job.
So it's important for me to be able to share, the Maori culture, especially on this side of the world where there's not too much awareness about what it's really about, because it's not. There's a lot of misconceptions about what it could be about sort of something aggressive or something like that. But it's really about unity, and everybody working and moving as one.
Doing these performances for people, being Maori is not just about what's in your blood. It's about how you identify yourself. We want people to come along on that ride with us. So people who have lost their culture or seeking culture or looking for something else, we want to show them what artifacts our culture has to help them to find what maybe they're missing and help us find what we might be missing as well. So that's why I like to do these performances. It's more than me. It's about everyone else supporting me, and they don't even realize they're doing it half the time. So that's what this is for me.
So, like for us, this is, what we would wear in modern day times. This is called a korowai, a feathered cloak. So originally you would have these made out of native birds. We've got our taiaha here, which originally was used as a sort of like a spear that some of our warriors would use during battle. The conch, a call of arms. So when we would use it, we would get attention to everybody that something was happening. What else do we have? Our patu, otherwise known as basically a club, I guess, and used for battle and hand-to-hand combat. And then there's just our tonga. So we've got our jade or our greenstone tonga, which in this case here, being made into the shape of a shark's tooth, represents strength and prosperity.
Facing around the circle, walking around the circle, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, make the circle face in.
I'm Erin and I'm a cane caller.
I'm Nat and I play accordion.
Quite a blend of different dances and different tunes, all from the social dancing tradition. So we did some stuff from Scotland, we did some stuff from England, and we did one dance from France.
Tunes that have been written this year, and we've done tunes that were written in the 1600s as well. So
Or possibly before.
Possibly.
First
Certainly.
printed in 1651. Very exciting.
Social folk dance and folk music in general is just a wonderful thing to share with people because it's just so innate to who we are as people. Like, people are always creating things, whether they want to or not. Like, anytime you go downstairs and make yourself a coffee, you're creating something, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things that's just like, it should always be part of who we are. Dancing and music and just generally being silly, because there's definitely more silliness to be had anytime you go anywhere. And particularly with the ceilidh, you are honouring essentially silliness that's 500 years older than you are. Sharing it with people that of all different, you know, demographics, ages, backgrounds, everything like that. I think it's just a really important thing to kind of not necessarily honour a heritage, which is what we're kind of doing, I guess, but bringing it forward and keeping it in this natural evolutionary phase. It's wonderful.
Watching it change and develop with different groups of people. I love watching a new audience put their spin on something that's hundreds and hundreds of years old, and I really love it when you can bring something back to the place it's come from and introduce it to an audience who are living there now, and they make it relevant to them. That's super exciting. So yeah, this music and this dancing has been here for a very long time, and I hope will continue to be here for a very long time.
Yeah, and continue evolving and changing
Changing.
and reflecting the people who are doing it.
And who live here now.